Hi all, today we're going to be talking about the NS-357 Underboss, the Commissioner's little brother, and honestly the better pistol of the two. The Underboss is tied with the Pilot for probably being the best pistol in the game, and it is absolutely worth the cert cost if you're in the market for a new pistol and you don't have other priority certs to be spending on. It's very, very, very good. So it has a fire rate of 220 RPM, a damage model of 375 dropping off to 200, a very low muzzle velocity of 350 meters a second, a decent reload speed of 3.5 long, 2.5 short, 6 rounds in the cylinder, and pretty alright hip and aim stats. It is, and basically, it's the baby Commissioner. You lose out on some damage, but you get better recoil, you get better rate of fire, you get a significantly better reload, you get better hipfire accuracy, and, most notably, you don't have the long equip penalty that the Commissioner and Black Hand do. So it's very, very good. If you have the mechanical skill to be two-tapping headshots with it, it is very, very good. I mean, if you just go ahead and compare it to the Commissioner, you know, you lose out on velocity, you lose out on damage, but you gain 50 RPM and you gain half a second reload in both situations. It's good. It's a really comfy pistol, and once you get a little bit of aim down, it's very, very rewarding to use. You don't have a lot in the way of attachments here. You've only got your 1 to 2x. You should be used to them by now if you use pistols. Pick your poison. Rail slot, take your laser. It's one of the better pistols to be panic hip firing, so just take the laser. It's a much safer pick than always having to aim down sight with it. Off hours Connery, straight into the crown. It is currently 5:26 p.m. on a Monday night, and, well, it's the crown, so this could go good or it could go really bad. The Underboss was the second pistol I ever axiomed, the Pilot being the first, and it is very, very good. Honestly, there's no situation where I wouldn't recommend the Black Hand to a player, unless you, like, really, really want the sheer alpha of, say, the Commissioner. It's very, very closely tied with the Pilot overall for general performance. You can primary it, you can panic it, you can stalker it. It works pretty much everywhere you throw it at, because apart from the damage advantage that the Commissioner has, you gain almost every other stat, and those stats are generally more worthwhile on a pistol. Sure, with only 6 rounds and a relatively quick rate of fire for the caliber, it can be unfortunate if you don't have the mechanical to be landing shots, but once you do, it drops targets fast. And thanks to its relatively fast reload of 2.5 short and 3.5 long, it's also a pretty decent backup option in most situations. I really hope this router's above ground. It would be annoying if it was underground. It's a good pistol. It just works everywhere you would want to use it. There's not really a whole lot better you can ask for in a pistol in that regard, when you can just pull it out. You still two-tap people like the Commissioner, but you do so significantly faster. Honestly, the only real breakpoint you lose is you lose a body shot at long range, and you lose the one-hit shot infiltrator potential. Which is funny, don't get me wrong. But to have basically every other stat be better, it's a pretty simple trade. Whether you want the Pilot or this thing largely comes down to personal preference. Both of them have their merits. I should have switched to my other secondary there. Oops. But it's a very good pistol. That's really what I'm trying to get at here. If you prefer raw alpha damage, and you'd rather have huge alpha, take the Commissioner. But honestly, unless you have the mechanical aim to be headshotting with the Commissioner consistently, the Pilot will do better in most situations, and even then, the Pilot will still generally just work better as an all-rounder pistol. It's really good. In fact, it's such a good pistol that I've already run out of things to talk about, and we're literally 4 minutes into recording. It's the problem with some of these pistols, there's not a whole lot to say on them. Of course, this will basically now just turn into footage where I complain and talk about random stuff that goes on, so if you're just here to hear about the weapon, realistically, you can probably leave. It's a great pistol, though. Great pistol. I used it mostly as a backup to my launcher build when I was raximing 4 rocket launchers for the NSO launcher directive, and it worked great as a backup. I don't think it works as good as the Pilot. I think the Pilot is just a little bit more forgiving. But if you're willing to take that skill step up from the Pilot, or you just would rather have big damage number, Underboss is by far the next best choice. Honestly, which one of them is the best pistol in the game largely comes down to personal preference. They're both that good, and truthfully, there's not a whole lot of reason to run any other pistol when these two pistols exist. And sometimes Commissioner with an asterisk next to it. Wait, down. And I'm gonna die to that orbital. It's really unfortunate. You will notice I am primarying it on my heavy assault. That's, I don't know, because I felt like it. We're out of medkits, that's bad. Hard to pistol primary when you've got no medkits to rely on. Because I probably would have won that engagement if I'd had medkits. Unfortunate. Supremely unfortunate. Honestly, I think I might just keep the recording short. We'll do one more life, and then I'll probably just call it, because I don't really want to stretch this out and blow this out. Because you can use the Underboss in so many different ways that how you use it will largely come up to you. As I've said, it works good as a primary, it works good as a panic pistol for whenever you run out of ammo in your primary, it works good as a primary on, say, stock infiltrator, the only caveat being that you can't suppress it. It's honestly just a great pistol. It has no glaring downsides available to it, and like I've been saying alongside the pilot, it's just good. It's just good. Wow, max player. That's a way to cap off the session. Yeah, in conclusion, it's a great pistol. It's easily tied with the pilot for the best pistol in the game. It's a commissioner that doesn't eat the horrible penalty to equip time, and in general significantly more comfy to use than the commissioner. It's very, very good. It's absolutely worth your time. It's worth an easier axiom. It should be on your list if you're going for pistol or axiom. It's just really good. It's fun to use too. So it's really got everything you could want in a pistol. Thank you all, and I will see you all again another time. Bye.